Hey YouTube, just working on a 690 John Deere combine, and I'm trying to change the oil in a 2000 hour gear case on the rear of the rotor. So mechanics here from Fairview, and yeah, he said every 2000 hours you change that oil, and I think it's 3.8 liters a jug. I'll get into that a little further on. But anyhow, on the back of that gear case, it's in a really stupid spot by where the main drive belt is, and I'm trying to make a hose, and I just got an old garden hose, and I got a 3/4 inch bolt, and then I'm just using a heat gun. So I was heating up the hose, and then I'm trying to expand, which it's working, and then I can stick it over. And the mechanic said that it's got a 22 millimeter packing nut on it, and then it's got a 6 millimeter Allen key in the center of it, and I'll show you that. So 22 millimeter wrench and then 6 millimeter Allen key, and he said that's on a brass, like where that Allen key hooks onto, and lots of times it breaks off. So lots of times they just evac them gear cases out from the top, but I was able to loosen it, so it all worked so far. Now I'll just shut the video off, and then I'll get up in there and I'll show you what I'm doing. Half a monkey to get down in here. So we brought the combines in last fall, and then I got to ditching, and I didn't get them washed out good, so don't judge me. Usually I do like to get them washed once a year, pretty decent. Okay, so we're in the, I guess it'd be the front of the engine bay. We're at the back of the rotor, so the belt, the main drive belt, and their 2-speed gearbox is in behind, right there, underneath my hat that fell off. Okay, so I'll get that down there, and then see if, okay, right there. So what I did is I got my air chuck up here, and then this packing bolt right here is 22 millimeter, and then take your air chuck and blow out in the center of it, and then you'll kind of clean out where the 6 millimeter Allen key goes. And then I just loosened the packing nut, I guess, to make sure it wasn't putting any pressure on that torque bolt that goes through, or Allen bolt that goes through. And that's what the mechanic said is like brass, so it's easy to break. This one, I put a bit of pressure on it, and it didn't break, so that was fortunate. So I would also recommend having a short couple inch, not to break it, it's nice being in close so you don't put any side torque on it, but it's hitting this bar down here. So it would be nice if I had a little bit of a, whatever, 2-inch extension or something on there, get it out a little further, and then I could ratchet up beside the belt here, and it wouldn't be in the way. Anyhow, I got it loose, and then I loosened it all the way out, and I wasn't getting any gear oil out. So I took the air chuck, blew up in there, and then of course a whole bunch of oil started coming out. So I just shut it, and then I'm gonna see if I made that hose. So this is the other end. So fish it down through the side of the combine. Okay, bear with me. This is one of them things, if you're only doing it every 2,000 hours. Whoa! Danny? Oh, are you not on the ground? Oh, I dropped my hose.
It's easier for me to get out of there than it is.
Can you fish it up right through here? The fat end of the hose.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks. Like a glove. So just make sure you don't kink your garden hose. And then again, I flared that out with the heat gun with a 3/4 inch bolt. And it fits over there nice and snug. It's really good. So anyhow, now I got to go check the bottom end, put a pail down there, and then I can just loosen this off and let it drain. And then the fill is in a half decent spot, I guess. So I'll just grab a funnel, and then again, well, it's not that decent of a spot, but the fill's down here. So I'll just blow all that crud off of there before I loosen that off and don't contaminate anything. Sure would be handy if that was a 22. Are you kidding me? Okay, I'll update when I get to filling, because that's bigger than a 22 millimeter. Not like they could make something the same size. Okay. Okay, so I got my fill tube. It's kind of a pain getting in and out of here all the time, but yeah, see, if you had that little extension on there, you wouldn't. You get more travel. Okay, and the only other thing to note while I'm doing this is the fill tube. When I go in, mechanic said it's a 7/8. So why that's a 22 mil, and then that cleaned off, then I can pop that loose. And the only other thing, we changed the belt, and this bolt here is got a gap in it, so I got to try to tighten that, and that this whole thing can kind of pivot, but I think that would be pretty important to get tight. So I'll just let that drain and then catch you one more time on the fill. Okay, still got the oil draining down there. Would be handy to have a clear hose, then you can kind of see it, but it's coming really slow out of there. So I got a 12-inch extension, again for the 7/8 socket on the fill. The drain was 6 mil Allen key and a 22 millimeter for the kind of packing nut, I guess. So I was able to get this loose, and then what I was going to try, see if I can, might have to set you down here for a minute. I don't know if this will, there's, I'm sure, a breather on this gear, 2-speed gear case. Okay, so yeah, so it's kind of the dipstick. We'll just set that up here for now. And then I built this, so I have this piece, and it's just a rubber for blowing stuff out or whatever. And then I took a regulator and then just put some ends on it so I can turn the air right off. So so I was hoping maybe if I put that in the hole down there, and then I could add a little bit of pressure and kind of help to force that oil out of there. So I'll just set you down here again for a second, plug this back in, unplug my air over here. Oh. Okay. I'll try that and see again if I can get that to bite on the threads there. I'll go down and check. Okay. So that little bit of air on the top of that, we can see there. I think even Danny's going to be proud of me on this one. Okay, this will be the last clip. That worked awesome. So this GL-5 8090 is the oil for this 2-speed gear reverser. So I'll take my, I can't believe how, okay, so that much air, and it just pushed all that oil out of there. Just slick. Okay, so I'm not going to bore you with the filling. I got my little funnel filter here, and then I just got to shut off the drain before I start, and that should be good for another 2,000 hours. I don't know if I'll own the combine by then. Okay, talk to you later.